doing? Have you guys heard of the jazz playing man, the man with the cats who would swing with his band? Born in 1899 in Washington, D.C., Edward Kennedy Ellington. But wherever young Duke went, he would say, "Hey man, just call me Duke." When Duke was 19, he was entertaining ladies and gents at parties, pool halls, country clubs, and cabarets. He had fine as pie good looks, much like myself, and flashy threads, something like this. Whew, and the ladies, man, with flair to spare. And whenever a pretty skinned beauty leaned on Duke's piano, he played his best music, composition smoother than a hairdo slick with pomade. Sometimes the orchestra performed their tunes straight up, but other nights, when the joint started to jump, Duke told his band to play whatever came to mind, to improvise their solos, to make the music fly, and they did. Each instrument raised its own voice, one by one. Each cat took the floor and wiped it clean with his own special way of playing. Sonny Greer pounded out the bang of jump rope feet on the street with his snare drum. A subway beat on his bass drum. A sassy ride on his cymbal. Sonny's percussion was smooth and steady. Sometimes only his drumsticks make the music, cracking out the rattly-batty beat of wood slapping wood. Along with Sonny, Joe Tricky Sam Nanton went to work on his trombone, sliding smooth melodic goals. He stretched the notes to their full tilt, pushing and pulling their tropical lilt. He could make that trumpet wail like a man whose blues were deeper than a deep blue sea. To stir up the sound of his low moan, Bubba turned out a growl from way down in his throat. His gut bucket runs put a spell on the room. Yeah, those solos were kicking, hot buttered bop with lots of sassy, cool tones. Duke introduced Black, Brown, and Beige at New York's Carnegie Hall, a symphony hall so grand that even the seats were wearing velvet. Few African Americans played at Carnegie Hall before. Duke and his orchestra performed on January 23rd, 1943. Outside, the winter wind was cold and slapping, but inside, Carnegie Hall was sizzling with applause. Duke had become a master maestro. Because of Duke's genius, his orchestra now had a musical mix like no other. Now you've heard of the jazz playing man, the man with the cats who could swing with his band, King of the Kings, Piano Prince, Edward Kennedy Ellington, the Duke.